Welcome to a vintage model steamboat part 2, changing the gas jet and testing the steam plant in the garden. Before I can test the gas jet I need to fill the boiler with water, so here I'm removing the safety valve, and most unusually it has a fibre washer. It's been quite a few years since I initially assembled this plant, but I still don't remember using a fibre washer. Anyway, on with the job. Time to fill the boiler with water, and this is the first time I've ever filled this boiler because I never did steam test this plant. I'm using my special screw-in funnel, and now the boiler has more than sufficient water inside it. Next step, replace the safety valve, and fill the gas canister with some of this stuff, and then light the boiler at the chimney end. I do this by holding a naked flame over the chimney, then I open the steam valve. This was a bit of a surprise, but anyway, looking on the bright side, it's cold in the workshop today, so I left it like this for a while just to warm up the room. But soon I turned off the gas because I didn't want the carbon monoxide alarm to go off. I relit the burner a couple of times to see if it got any better, but it didn't. This is no good at all, so I need to examine the gas system, which means I have to remove the condenser, which is held by 4 6BA bolts screwed into the bed plate. In this clip you can clearly see the construction of the ladder frame. As you can see, I had to unsolder one of the cross members because it was in the way of the mounting for the tank. Builds like this are made up as I go along, and sometimes I have to alter things. To remove the gas burner, I have to remove the condenser, and here it goes. I also have to remove the small screw underneath the burner. And now, here is the burner and the gas tank removed from the plant. There's definitely something wrong here. There's insufficient pressure to even make the burner burn properly to start with. In the early days, Mike Abbott of Max Steam used to supply these boilers with a ceramic burner fitted with a number 5 gas jet. And this is a number 5 gas jet, but it's also leaking around the edge where it fits into the holder. The hole in a number 5 gas jet is very small, and as you can see, I can light the gas easily. The big problem with these small gas jets is they block up very easily. It's surprising how much debris is in some of these gas canisters. And also, with a newly silver-soldered pipe, there could be some debris inside that too. This jet is too small. I'm going to change it for a bigger one. The only problem with that is the only big jets that I currently have are a pair of number 16s, which is a bit too big for a burner of this size, but I'll try it anyway. Once I'd fitted the jet, I thought it would be a good idea to light the gas, but I couldn't light it because of the speed that the gas was coming out of the gas jet as well as the higher volume. I think it's time to refit the jet into the burner. Upon lighting the jet, it's apparent that it's much better. My only worry is the amount of carbon monoxide that's going to come out of the chimney, because normally with these big jets in small flues, you do get carbon monoxide production. And don't forget, carbon monoxide is very dangerous stuff. After breathing it in for a while, it can actually kill you after you stop breathing it in. That, by the way, was a health and safety warning. I don't think carbon monoxide is going to be too much of an issue because this is a model boat and it's going to be used outdoors only. One thing's for certain, there's quite a lot of heat being generated. When I put my hand over the chimney, it soon gets quite uncomfortable. In this clip I'm outside the workshop on the picnic bench and I'm just blowing down the water gauge, but as you can see it blows down onto the burner, which is not a good idea. I definitely need to fit a drain pipe to the water gauge. What I'm doing for now is dropping the level of the water in the boiler so it raises steam more quickly. And I've also noticed that the hand pump union on top of the boiler needs its union nut tightening. Well, there's nothing showing on the gauge, but by now there should be. When I open the water gauge blowdown, there's plenty of steam in there. When I opened the regulator valve on top of the boiler to feed some steam to the engine burst into life. But I wasn't surprised about that because this old Stevens model dockyard engine is not quite what it seems. It's one I rebuilt a lot of years ago before I even started making the videos about it. And apart from repositioning the engine standard, making a new crankshaft and flywheel, I think I would have probably fitted a silicone piston ring at the time as well. There's a bit of play in the big end, but I'll left that, it's not that bad. Here you can hear the slight knock as it's running in slow motion. Even though the pressure gauge is currently telling me that there isn't any steam pressure in the boiler, I would estimate there's possibly 30 to 40 pounds per square inch in there. When I open up the steam valve, the engine really does go fast. It's quite powerful too. And that's about all I can say in this episode. I'm going to leave you with the sight and sounds of a really old Stevens model dockyard engine doing what it's supposed to do. Stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. please take the time to visit my main Steam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.